my first flip and what I learned from this experience. So, I have always wanted to flip a house since I was in high school. My brother had a friend that became a contractor. So my plan was I was going to team up with him. I was going to be finance. He was going to be the contractor doing all the work. We're going to flip houses. We're going to make millions of dollars. But in order to do that, I needed money. So I decided to go to college, get a degree, and then when I got out, could not find a job in my field, majored in communications, minor in public relations. So I wound up getting a job as a workers' comp adjuster. Pay was okay, but wasn't at all what I wanted to do. But you just kind of settle in, still thinking, okay, within a year or two, I'll have the money to flip a house. Well, needed to buy a new car, needed to buy a house, needed to help my family. Life just had a way of happening, and the years continued to roll down the road. But I kept watching those flipping shows on TV. It kept the fire burning. And by accident along the way, I made some pretty good decisions. My company had a 401k program, so I contributed to that. Now, my parents had rental property, but my dad was so kind-hearted that it wasn't really a moneymaker. He was kind of like running charity because they would come give him a sad story, and they didn't pay their rent half the time. So it was one small house, and then they had a duplex, and they had land that they rented for a mobile home. So the small house family wound up living there a lot. My brother and his wife lived there for years. Then we moved my mama and pawpaw in. Now, my mama and pawpaw had what I call a large house. And then they moved into this really small house, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and den and kitchens all in one room. So to go from, this house they were moving into probably fit in their living room. So huge difference for my mama and pawpaw. But they could no longer live that far away from us, so they didn't really have a choice. So I went to them and I said, look, I'm wanting to move out. I will either buy a mobile home that y'all can live in or give you a lot more room, or I'll live in it. So if you want to move in the mobile home, I'll move in this family house, or whichever way you want to do it. Well, my mama jumped on that idea because she was like, she needed more room. So we went shopping. She picked out exactly what she wanted. I purchased a single wide mobile home for my grandparents. So this was really my first step into real estate. Didn't really realize it at the time. They lived in it for years and years, and so they moved into that house. I moved into the rental property that my parents had till I actually built my house. So again, my parents aren't getting rent. And my mom actually sold the rental property, all of it, before I flipped my first house. So, okay, that's kind of the backstory. So now I have 401k building passive income, and years and years and years later, when my grandparents, my mama and papa passed, I then rented out that property. So now I have my first rental property and I have 401k flipping a house. But I still felt it was too risky to flip a house. I just could not seem to pull the trigger. Still had a full-time job as well. Then my neighbor wanted to move. So he approached me about purchasing his house. Now, this is an old southern farmhouse, over 100 years old, and I just have a passion for older houses. The house I'm living in now is over 100 years old and I totally redid it and added on to it. But just have a huge passion for old houses. So I didn't have to think. I said, yes, absolutely, I'll buy that house for you. Again, saying, okay, that's another rental property. So now I've got 2 rental properties, but only one with a mortgage because the mobile home is paid for. So I was still afraid to pull the trigger. Could not do it. But now I'm watching more and more real estate shows on TV. The $1 Million Listing shows, all the flipping shows, and anything that was rehabbing a house where it took it from, totally no one could live in it to being a beautiful house, totally restored, that someone was able to live in. Any of those shows, you've got me. I'm going to watch it. I don't care how long the show is. I'm going to sit and watch it. So again, the passion is still growing. Then my grandmother's house came back on the market. Now that's the house directly beside my house, between my house and my brother's house. So I purchased it. Now I've got three rental properties, two with mortgages and one that is not, one is totally paid for. And I still got 401k. So now that's three rental properties. I have other passive income. I'm still working my full-time job. I have other passive income. I was a photographer, or I still am a photographer, and started a photography business. At that time, I was doing action shots, team pictures for the county, that type of thing. That was extremely time consuming. So I shifted to just doing wildlife and nature photos and selling them on stock agencies. So it's not making as much money as I was with the action shots, but again, it's a time thing too. So I've got that. I joined Rodan and Fields, so I sell skincare. I've got the photography, and I've got the rental properties. So I'm like, okay, I'm still rolling right along. And the rental property had two forms of education. It taught me passive income, but it also taught me how to repair rental property. Because the houses, the tenants that moved into those houses have stayed. I have not had to tenants move out, do the repairs, get new tenants in. Haven't had to do that with the houses. The mobile home, on the other hand, is like a revolving door, which is understandable. So anytime someone moved out, it was sheetrock work, it was paint, it was putting new floors down, new lights, all this stuff. So I gradually started doing that stuff myself. Started out with just the painting, then I added the drywall. Now I'm doing a little bit of electrical stuff. Now just changing outlets, nothing major. I don't deal with electricity. But anyway, I still started doing repairs, which helps me with flipping houses as well. So I still had that fear. What was I going to do? How on earth was I going to force myself to get off the sidelines and get in the flipping game? Side passive income coming in, still have my rental property. Then I found some of my tenants decided that they love flipping houses too. They actually help me do the repairs if anything happens to any of my properties. So we kind of teamed up. So now I have a team and I have the finances. Now it's just pull the trigger. And I can't stress enough to keep your full-time job during this process. There's a lot of flippers out there that they say, okay, just burn the boat. Let's just, go all in. That puts too much pressure on your first flip. Your first flip should be just about a learning experience. And it helps tremendously knowing that you have your full-time job, you do the repairs at night, or you hire people to do the repairs for you while you keep your full-time job. For me, my full-time job comes first. All the other things that I do, nights and weekends. So now I'm like looking at foreclosure properties. I'm like ready to go. Let's see what we can do to get a house to flip. So one came up. It was a great price. Now this is tax foreclosure. So really all you got to do is make a bid. They give you a minimum bid, which is the value of the tax value, not tax value of the house, the value that they didn't pay. So it could be $6,000, could be $2,000, could be $20,000, whatever it is, that's the minimum bid. Then you just go in and you make bids, and the top offer gets the house. But then there's a grace period. I can't remember how long it is, 10 days or something, that anybody can come and outbid you and steal the property out from under you. So I found my first house to flip and took vacation day, was going to go to the auction, and the day of the auction I checked the site again just to make sure that the house was still there. They obviously had resolved the tax issue. The house had been pulled. The only thing they were going to auction that day was land. So again, I felt like, okay, I'm a really religious person, so I look for signs that God's sending me. So I was kind of like, okay, is this a sign that I'm not supposed to do this right now, that maybe I need to wait? But then I realized, no, that was just my fear creeping in, not allowing me to move forward. And it's the stories that you tell yourself. Tell yourself that you're not smart enough, or you can't do this. Other people do it. You don't have the skills. You don't have the capital to do this. So I didn't have family money to start to do this with. I didn't have anybody chipping in to do it. It was all on me. So, the lady that's going to help me with the flip, she's a project manager. Her and her husband, they're the project manager. They're not in the finance at all. It's all on me. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? This did not work out. So we again started looking for foreclosures. Then my realtor had a cookout. So I went to the cookout, told her what I wanted to do, and she said, I have the best property for you. Went and looked at it. Long story short, the numbers worked out, everything fit, we all agreed. Now we have our first flip. So our deal was that, the property was only 30 minutes away. You need to consider that as well. You don't want a property that's more than 30 minutes away because you have to drive that every day. So that's an hour of time. But see, I was smart. I have a Wi-Fi device that I could take with me in the car. So Kelly drove, I did work to and from the property. Lunch, I was doing work. And I worked on my job during the day, and we did this at night. So I was able to again put my full-time job first. So our plan was we were going to turn this around in 30 days because your first flip also should be a minor repairs. You want to just get a house that needs updating. You don't want a house that you're going to tear walls down, you're going to add stuff to it. You're going to need to do foundation things. You want your first flip to just be cosmetic fixes. Just go in, update everything, repaint the walls, maybe fix some sheetrock, and update the fixtures, design. That's all you want to do. And again, your first flip is for a learning experience. So our plan was within 30 days, we're going to have the house ready to put back on the market because all it needed to do was fix some sheetrock, paint, put fixtures up. We were not even going to replace the cabinets. We were just going to paint the cabinets. So got everything worked out, got my loan. Now we did a hard money loan through Kiavi. Excellent company to work for. Highly recommend them. I'll put their details in my description if you would like to use my link to get see if you were qualified for a loan with them. They gave me all the money to buy the house. Now I had to do the down payment. And then they gave me the money to do the repairs. But you need to understand, when you get money to do the repairs, you have to pay for that money up front. You have to pay to have, you got to buy all the paint, get all the paint on the walls. You got to buy the floor, get the floor installed before they will reimburse you for the item. So you've got to prepare for that as well. So you not only need to have the capital to purchase the house, you need to have the capital to pay for the repairs up front. And then you need to have the capital to last until the house sells. So again, we were hoping to get this on the market within 30 days. When we purchased the house, it was a seller's market. You put a house on the market, it's sold within a day, multiple offers. If a house sat on the market for a week, it was like, okay, something's wrong with the house. It was that type of market, just really, really hot. So we were so excited. We're like, okay, within 30 days, we're going to get this done. We're going to get on the market. It's going to sell. Then we can turn and get our next house. We're only going to do one at a time till it actually sells. So we're doing our repairs. Everything's going according to plan until it doesn't. We were not able to just repaint the cabinets. They were stained to the point that you could not just repaint it. So we had to remove the cabinets. Now this was not day one. This was into our, maybe 2 weeks into our project. So we're thinking within 2 weeks we're going to have this house done, be able to go put it on the market. Well, then we had to go look at cabinets and purchase cabinets. Now we just went to one of the big box stores. We didn't go to a cabinet making company. We were just trying to quickly they used a cabinet making company, and the cabinets that we chose, it was going to be 6 weeks to get them fixed and get them in and get them shipped and all that stuff. And then so I got in contact with one of my old childhood friends. He decided he was going to help us put the cabinets in. Thank God, he was a lifesaver. And so he came and helped us correct some of our painting mistakes, some of our sheetrock mistakes. Now, the house had popcorn ceiling, so that took a lot of work and a lot of effort to get that off. So he helped us correct some of that issues as well. So then now we're 6 weeks down the road, way past our date of getting the house on the market. Still don't have everything done, all the repairs done. Still don't have the cabinets. Cabinets finally arrive, they're wrong. So now we have to send them back, get new ones, get the correct cabinets ordered, and now this time they said they were going to try to get them to us within 3 to 4 weeks. So now, if you're counting, that's 10 weeks down the road to try to get this thing done. Finally got the cabinets in. They were correct, got them installed, and during this process, I forgot to tell you, this house has an in-ground pool. Now, this family had not used this pool in years. It looked like a Florida swampland. But it did have a cover on it, so we were hoping that so it was obviously holding water because the water was still at the top, but again, it looked like swampland. You couldn't even see where the pool started. So it took us a while since it was summer. We bought the house in the end of July, so August 1st was our day starting. So it was hard to find a pool company that had time to stop from putting pools in to actually come repair a pool. So we finally got that done. Then we had to remove all the debris from around the pool because, again, they were not using it. They had let trees grow up right around it. So all these leaves and limbs are going in the pool. Not a good scenario. So we got somebody out to remove all of that, got the new cabinets installed, got the floor down, got the appliances. Everything's in. Everything's good to go. So then we put the house on the market, and it's the week of Thanksgiving. It took us that long to get everything done. A simple flip that only required new cabinets and new flooring took that long to get everything done and lined up. So we got it on the market, and by the time we got it on the market, it became a buyer's market. Now houses were sitting, at the time, 30 to 45 days before they would sell. Well, here we are, February the 2nd, the house is still sitting on the market. And now, if you Google, how long does it take to sell a house in this area? It's saying 60 to 90 days. So it keeps putting it out further. So the market has really crashed now. So you need to make sure that you have enough passive income to get you by. Now, not only did I have that going on, and this is the reason I tell you to keep your full-time job and make that your top priority, but I had issues with my tenants. My tenants were having trouble paying their bills. Life happened to them. So a couple of them had trouble getting their bills paid. And one longtime tenant had to move out. So now I got to do repairs to this mobile home. I've got a month or two with no rent coming in because there's no tenants there because I got to do repairs to it. Meanwhile, I'm still paying the mortgage on the flip house. I'm still paying the power, the water, all that on the flip house. Now I have to put the power in my name on the mobile home. And my power. And it's dead of winter, so power is really expensive right now. So all of this happening just snowballs. So it taught me that you need to have more passive income than what I have. So I've decided my next endeavor to create passive income is I'm going to create a membership. A membership for real estate investors who are wanting to get in the game, but they are not sure if they have enough finances. So I'm going to teach you how to create the passive income that you need in order to flip the house. Now, we're also going to go over tactics for purchasing the right house, tactics for flipping houses, tactics for building the right team, getting the right realtor, all of those things. We're going to tell you the secrets to flipping houses also, but the main purpose of this is to create passive income. I'm going to take you step by step with what I'm doing to create a membership. And membership, that's something that everyone can do. It doesn't matter what your passion is, what crazy obscure thing. I mean, you may be into, I don't know, knitting. There's thousands, if not millions of people that are also into knitting that you can find on the internet, and you can create a membership to make their life easier, or just to make a community, or just be entertaining. Memberships are an excellent way to earn passive income and something that you can do on the side. Now, I have already created a training course to teach people how to build a business in network marketing, how to advertise, how to build a brand, how to build your websites and all that stuff. So all of that is going to be included in this membership. So the people that sign up are going to get all the training on how to flip a house, all the training on how to build a business online, building a brand, advertising, selling, all the stuff that you need to know to build a successful online business. And it's going to teach you how to build your very own membership. You don't need to put all of your money into the real estate flip with the idea that this has to succeed or you're going to go bankrupt. That is not what I'm teaching here. I am teaching building passive income, letting your first flip be a learning experience, and how to make smaller profits come through the flip with a clear head, a great experience. You've learned a lot, and you're prepared to correct the mistakes you made with the first house on the second house. That is what I'm teaching. I'm not teaching, oh, this is a get-rich-quick scale, let me scale your business, all that stuff. That is not what I'm doing here. So if that's what you're looking for, this is not the membership for you. I am teaching how to go into it wisely, strategically, in a way that you can do it so that you do it on the side and you're not putting all of your eggs in one basket. You're not saying, okay, this flip has to make, $100,000 or we're going to go bankrupt and we're going to be homeless. That's not what I want for you. I want you to have a wonderful experience, learn a lot on your first flip, and have enough money to not only purchase the house, have enough money to do the repairs. And see, by having passive income, you don't have to have $300,000 in the bank to buy your first house. You just have to have enough money for the down payment. Then your passive income is coming in to help you pay for the repairs. Now you pay for the repairs, then you're getting your money coming back from Kiavi. You're getting your draws for you've put the new floor in. You submit a draw for that. They pay you back for you putting the floors in. And then it's like a construction loan. You do the work, you request the money, they give you the money back. So then you've got enough money to do all the repairs. Now you can put the house on the market. Now your passive income is coming in that's helping you continue to pay the hard money loan, the insurance, the power, the water, everything you got to pay in order to last until the house sells. That's what the passive income is getting you set for. So I had enough passive income to get me set for everything, but I did not anticipate one of my tenants moving out, having to put a lot of money in to repair that property as well, on top of paying a whole nother mortgage, another power bill, 2 other power bills. So that's why I'm creating a third or fourth, I don't even know now, passive income, and I'm going to show you every step along the way. So subscribe to my channel, come back every week, watch the videos that I've uploaded, and if you think this is something that is right for you, then you can ask how to join my membership. I'm not going to be pitching you and everything. I am going to give away free things on my videos, free little, like free trainings, or free templates, or free Excel spreadsheets to help you know that you're choosing the right house. Different things that's going to solve a problem for you and it's going to help you in your business. They're absolutely free. You're not going to have to give me email and all that stuff. You just have to make a comment and I'll ask you a few questions to make sure that that free gift is right for you. I really and truly want to help you succeed in this. I want you to achieve your dreams as well. I'm also going to teach you a lot of motivational things as well. I'm going to teach you how to tell yourself the right story so that you can create the right identity. We give ourselves labels, and those labels are created by the emotions that you put in it. The stories that you tell yourself creates an emotion, which then creates your identity. So I'm going to show you how to rewrite the story so that you can break through and you can achieve your dreams. That's what this channel is about. Achieving your dreams. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about my idea to start a membership and that I'm going to share all of this with you along the way. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.